Shalom Ashbika. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel, Tina Alishaba. Today we'll be reading the Cepher of Daniy'el, or also known as the Book of Daniel, chapters 7 and 8. And if you haven't already, grab your Cepher to follow along. Now let's get started. Chapter 7. In the first year of Baaltazar, king of Babel, Daniy'el had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniy'el spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heavens strove upon the great sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made to stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to him. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear, and in it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and broke in pieces, and stamped the remnant with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that was before it, and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. 1,000 thousands ministered upon him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the Sephirim were opened. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spoke. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a period of time. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom, and that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. I, Daniy'el, was grieved in my ruach, in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me, and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are 4 kings, who shall arise out of the earth. But the Kodashim of Yahuwah, the saints of Yahuwah, shall take the kingdom, and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured, broke in pieces, and stamped the remnant with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn they had eyes, and a mouth that spoke very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the Kodashim, and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the Kodashim of Yahuwah. And the time came that the Kodashim possessed the kingdom. Thus said, the fourth beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and it shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them. And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against Yahuwah, and wear out the Kodoshim of Yahuwah, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a period of time and times, and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the Kodashim of Yahuwah, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniy'el, my conjugations much troubled me, and my countenance changed me, but I kept the matter in my heart. Chapter 8. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Baalshazar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me, Daniy'el, after that which appeared unto me at the first. And I saw in a vision, and it came to pass, when I saw that I was at Shushan in the palace, which is in the province of Elam. And I saw in a vision, and I was by the river of Ulai. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the other came up last. I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him, neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will, and became great. And as I was considering, behold, a he-goat came from the west on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And I saw him come closer unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and broke his 2 horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him. But he cast him down to the ground, and stamped upon him. And there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great. And when he was strong, the great horn was broken, and it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven. And out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great toward the south, and toward the east, and toward the pleasant land. And it waxed great even to the hosts of heaven. And it cast down some of the hosts and of the stars to the ground, and stamped upon them. Yes, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host. And by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. And a host was given him against the daily by reason of transgression. And it cast down the truth to the ground, and it practiced and prospered. Then I heard one Kodashim speaking, and another Kodashi said unto the certain Kodashi which spoke, How long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden underfoot? And he said unto me, Unto 2,300 mornings and evenings, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. And it came to pass, when even I, Daniy'el, had seen the vision, and sought for the meaning, then behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Eli, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid, and fell upon my face. But he said unto me, Understand, O son of Adam, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. Now as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground. But he touched me and set me upright. And he said, Behold, I will make you know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. For at the time appointed the end shall be. The ram which you saw having 2 horns are the kings of Madai and Persia. And the rough goat is the king of Yavin. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but none by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And the vision of the evening and the morning, which was told, is true. Wherefore shut up the vision, for it shall be for many days. And I, Daniy'el, fainted and was sick certain days. Afterward I rose up and did the king's business. And I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it. Hallelujah. This concludes the reading of the Cepher of Daniy'el, chapters 7 and 8. Mashpaka, if you've received any revelation or any wisdom, please post it in the comments below. As iron sharpens iron, we are here to sharpen each other in our walk in truth. I think I'll be brief with my takeaways from these 2 chapters. If you don't know what Kodashim means in Hebrew, it means saints, or the set apart ones. That's what that means. And I think ultimately, just in finishing up in chapter 8, it was just like the 2 dreams, and then praise Yah for the interpretations of them that were provided. But they were so, I have to just wonder, how deep Daniy'el saw, because he fainted. Not only did he faint when he saw the angel Gabriel, but he fainted just from just seeing what was to come, what was to happen to his people. And there's nothing that he can do about it. And also, even more so, this chapter ends with, for 8, that no one could interpret or understand, the vision. So I think that I'm just really curious on what you all, again, when I pray before I, disperse these videos, I ask Yahuwah, I pray that he brings the people he wants to bring to the channel that have a heart for him, that want to read and study his word and are just thirsty, very thirsty to learn his truth, thirsty because they want their minds to be renewed. So like I said, I pray that you all, you're getting something new out of this that you didn't see before, or a level of discernment or wisdom that you may have read this many times before, but he is just showing you that much more on what this means, how it applies to now. But even, like I've mentioned before as well, just really taking notice of Daniy'el's walk and the fact that he's had these visions and there has been interpretation of them is such a blessing. Because think about how many times have we prayed about things and we may have not gotten the answer right away, or may not have gotten a whole level of clarity or a visitation like this. So it just says a lot about his relationship with Yah and his walk with him. And then also, again, going back to chapter 1, about he and the other 3 Hebrew men or young men, how they chose to, eat certain foods and not eat of the king's, meat and drink of his wine, but to really set themselves apart. So by the time they were done with those 3 years, they were 10 times wiser. So here it is, not only have we witnessed Daniy'el interpreting Nebuchadnezzar's dreams, and even, interpreting the writing on the wall for his son, but now, we're getting insight into his own dreams, and then also seeing what is being shared with him as far as what they mean. Pretty awesome. And I also, we've been reading this, I think of Joseph, or Yosef in Hebrew, when he was given the gift of dreams as well, that his family did not understand when he shared with them those dreams. But ultimately we knew that it was a gift Yahuwah had given him, because when it became time for his promotion from the prison into the palace, he was able to interpret Pharaoh's dreams actually. And it saved many people. It didn't just save Mitzrayim, it saved the world, let alone brought his own father to him as a result of that. I believe it was at least a 20-year separation between the time that he was sold into slavery to the time that Yaakov, or Yasharel, or Israel, was brought before him. So Yahuwah gives us our gifts. They come from him. And we need to acknowledge that and use our gifts. So if you haven't been using your gift, I pray you ask Yahuwah for revelation. What is your gift if you don't even know? And if you do know, ask him how he wants you to use your gifts in a mighty way to bless his kingdom. Just like Daniy'el has been used. Ask him to use you too, saying, Father, here I am. Joseph was used in a powerful way. So that's what I want to leave with. Said a little bit more than I was expecting, but as I was talking, just kind of more was coming to me on my own personal takeaway that obviously I voice with you all as well. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Please check out the playlist. You'll see the other previous chapters from the Cepher of Daniy'el, as well as I've read a few of the book of the prophets, like Enoch, Jeremiah, Isaiah. You'll find them in the playlist as well. Tehillim, or Psalms and Proverbs. You'll see Torah in there, for like Deuteronomy and even Exodus or Shemoth. So there's many books recorded. So in the midst of listening when I post, Yahuwah's word says, meditate on my word day and night. You have plenty of books and material to listen to help you renew your mind daily. And that's my prayer for you. So if you haven't already, please share, like, and subscribe. Ane ahabata mashpika. I love you, family. Yahuwah barakata. Yahuwah bless you. Shalom.